Feeling
Okay,
good.
I'm going to go over to Sharon now.
Hi, Sharon.
Good, good, good.
I'm going to say hi.
Hello. What are you going to do with that stick?
I don't know.
So we are going to do some stenciling. We showed the beauty of this earlier on in the show, and so you're going to give us some tips to do this.
Yeah, because I think using paint to create pattern, you can be, you know, really expressive in so many ways with so many different colors. So I did want to show sort of the advantages to using the SurfaceMotif as opposed to just using masking tape and you know, positioning everything, measuring it, cutting your tape, ripping it off.
Yeah.
With this product, it comes in a roll like wallpaper.
Oh.
Okay. And if you look really closely, Trace, it's kind of hard to see.
Oh, it's tape.
It's tape, and it's got little sort of perforated stencil patterns already cut into it.
Got it.
So you roll it or you apply it onto the wall, just like we did here. On this little small sample, and then you pull the pieces off. So you can get as detailed and you know, crazy patterns, like we've got some examples here.
That is so cool.
Stripes, diagonals, you can plan it all out. And the other benefit is you can use it on different materials. So
I was going to ask you that. Do you care what it's on?
No,
it's going to stick to whatever.
And if you have leftover, you could do smaller projects. So on the front there, you can't see it, but trust me, there's a cute little table that has a painted pattern on it. So again, you can use it on drywall, wood, you know, certain laminates, anything that paint is going to stick to.
That is nice.
So great idea. So when you're mapping it out, and actually on the Peacock Living website, there is some templates that you can print out so you can sort of practice filling out where you want to pull the tape.
Yes.
So in this case, we've applied a width. It's 18 inches, so kind of like wallpaper. And we're just doing a small area here. So we've already pulled off some of it, but I'm just going to show you how to pull off.
Oh, it's that easy,
It's that easy. Like, it's literally doing this. And again, you know, just like when you're using tape, you want to pull it off. You can use a little X-Acto knife if you want. Oops. I cut my nails before the show.
Right? You might need a little
there
bit of
we
a
go.
claw.
Yeah, exactly. So what I tend to do, oh, I do have my X-Acto knife, is just take a knife and just pull it in there if you need to and pull off the areas, okay? And then once you've created the pattern with the removed areas, seriously, I usually have long nails, it's so funny. There we go. You pull it off, and then you can apply your paint. So I'll just quickly show you on this side where I already did that.
Got it.
I want to keep doing it. I want to keep picking.
It's one of those things, right? Once you start, you get into it. You want to do it. So this is going to be a blue and white.
Well, actually, no. See, it's hard to tell.
No,
but that's
the tape's going to come off.
And that's what, you know what, it plays tricks with you. That's why it's a good idea to use the template and plan it out so you can mark where you want to take it off.
It almost looks good like that,
doesn't it? It's actually a great color.
Yeah.
And you can see here, we're going to have wood, and we're going to have the color that we just applied. So I'm going to try and pull off a couple of pieces.
Let me know if you want me to get my nails in there.
Yeah, you got better nails than me, Trace, for sure. So
mine are getting unmanageably long.
Yeah. Now again, if I was doing this for you, I would have pulled off a lot more patterned area.
Yeah.
But you can see here, if I do this really quick one here, you get the idea. So we create that nice, clean line.
And that's the cool thing about using tape. That's why we use painter's tape when we're painting, so that you don't have the bleeding. You have that really sharp line. So that is great.
And the same thing with this as what I do with stencils is I always say to use the base coat color. In this case, it's wood, so we can't. If you have a base coat color, apply that first really quickly. That way, if there is going to be any bleeding, it happens first.
Right.
So I also wanted to quickly show stenciling some tips, because I'm always asked about tips for stenciling. And when you're doing something more organic, I still love using cutting edge stencils. They have amazing patterns. So this flock of cranes, it's quite large. Like the actual paper is like almost my height, or the actual stencil, it's like 4 feet. So it's hard to manage it. So I usually put a little bit of spray adhesive on the back. Yeah. Apply it. Put some extra tape if you want. You can see I've used this a few times. Yes. So you can always clean them or don't clean them, like I tend to do. And then, again, it's just a matter of using a high-density foam roller. And then you decide how like the opacity of that, right? If you want it to be thinner, or if you want some kind of a treatment on it to make it look a little bit more aged, you can do that. And you know, it's a good point. With the high-density foam roller, it puts it on really thin. If you want it to go a little more solid, use one of these textured rollers. Nice. Okay, so I like these if I'm getting up into a corner because they're rounded and you can just easily get it right in there. So very cool. You did that in my daughter's room, her nursery. Isn't it great? And we love it. So it looks like a continuation of a tree outside is coming into her room. Oh, lovely. Pretty, right? Oh, it's beautiful. That's very nice.